Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my quarterly layout share, which is a lot of layouts. I haven't actually counted them yet, but there's definitely over 60. There might be close to 100 here. So it's going to be a longer video, but I'm going to start with the layouts that don't have videos, and then I'll tell you when I get to the ones that do, because then if you only want to watch to a certain point, you totally can. So I'm going to start with the use your own product from June, which is a good portion of layouts. And then I'll have this tagged below too, so add chapters to this one. So that is my use your own product for June for like the width of layouts. And so that's where we'll start. These are great. They're with Jennifer Edwardson, and she gives you sketches about a week before the classes and gives you the amount of like what size of papers you need, and then you can pull from your stash. So it's a wonderful workshop. So if you ever get a chance to take one with her, that's great. This first one has 2 pictures of my oldest. We are at Folk Fest. I just love those photos of her, and I thought this one worked well. For my use your own product this time around, usually I pick up pictures and everything. I just did not have the capacity to do that this time, so I didn't. So I just chose papers and then came home and found pictures for some of them, but not all of them. But I will show you the base layouts that I have that I do have to put something on. So there's that one. There is this one that used up some leftover papers from Crop&Create. This is at Nana's 90th birthday, and so I just thought that was a nice one to add in there. I'm just going to move a couple things here so I can pile them up on the other side here. Oh wait, that should work better. So there's that one. I love these flowers that came in that collection. Next is a double page. Nope. Next is this one. I have them mixed in together. So this is at Folk Fest. This is using Rustic Legend. I loved this collection, and I had it I bought myself in March, and then I got it in the Crop&Create as well. So I had a lot of this product. I have lots of embellishments left from it, but yeah, this one might need a little bit more on it for embellishment, but this will probably be Evie's page just because she's in a couple of the pictures. Then there's another one with Rustic Legend. I love the music part of this collection. So there's this one. They don't quite match up, but when you have the space in between in your page protectors for the records, they will. I wanted the dark on each side to mimic, so that's why I chose that. This one I think is probably just needs a title. It's got a pocket card here and just some music stuff because we're sitting at Folk Fest in the rain. It might get some journaling. This year we started off with our very old rain jackets and like just the disposable rain stuff, and then we bought actual rain gear because it was that rainy that weekend and it was about time. This is another Folk Fest one. I do need to put some journaling here, but I think this one will stay just as it is. This one is using one of the collections from the Crop&Create, was this paper here with the music notes on it, but these actually came from my stash for the cards, and they were from I think they're Ali Edwards Listen. So, and then we get into ones that I haven't put anything on. These are all done with the Cartabella Echo Park. I think it's Beehive Bee something collection, and I hadn't used it before, and I almost completely used that collection up. So there's this piece came from the Crop&Create, and then the rest on this is Cartabella and just a border strip, and then this is just on the paper. So I changed that sketch up a little bit from the use it up. There's this one, a couple of border strip. I think they're both stickers actually. Yep, they are. This one's raised a little bit on a 12 by 12 with a piece of cardstock. This one, so gets a lot of different kinds of things. This again is the Crop&Create collection, and then lots of cardabella on it, and then just a different piece of cardstock for the background. This one is so pretty. This one, yeah, it's this one. So this one, I did this. This is the side that we created, but when I was looking at both sides, I didn't want to give up any of this paper. So on the back side, I just put another strip here, and then I can do whatever I need to on this side. Hopefully I have enough for B style layouts, or where B is what'll work, but I adored this collection. This is one of the pocket cards. This is the paper, but cut into a 6x8 and then cut in half, which adds a neat little dimension, and then your photos will go here. Another one. So paper, and then some chipboard stuff. Another one of the washi strips. Like this one's the washi that was in the collection, because I could not just leave that not come. And then cardstock that matched, and then this is just paper with a border strip on it, or a border punch. And then I used some of the leftover Crop&Create. So there's this one. So a couple border punches, a couple papers, and then room for 3 photos. This one I think is really super cute. So again, the Crop&Create leftovers, 2 4, probably 4.5 by 5s, I think, looking at that, and then just some prettiness. This is up on foam adhesive. Titles here. I thought Smile would work with anything that I'd want to put on here, and then leftovers again from that collection. This is a base page for Rustic Legend that I did, and that is coming up out from underneath. Can I fix that? Why is that doing that? There we go. So it'll get 2 4x4 style pictures. It could work for quite a bit of different things. I'm thinking maybe a school layout if I have school stuff to put on one. There's this one. Embellishment will go in here for base page. This one is a lot of fun with all the circle elements. So I'm thinking totally could put some music stuff on here, but I snuck the bike on here. So I could do something about my husband and his biking obsession, or having bikes obsession. This one was really neat to do because it was these little squares underneath. And this is a great way to use up some scraps. So like 1 2 3 4 5 strips, a little bit of those same papers to do that background. And yeah. And then Jennifer Edwardson, when she does her classes, at least with Paper and Ink Boutique, the Friday night is a workshop class. So you come, you bring your adhesive, your inks, and that kind of stuff, and then she has the collection. And I've not been to one of them where it hasn't been a brand new Simple Stories collection. So this is Simple Stories. And so we did a double page, which is super cute. Lots of room for photos, and very, very bright. Then we did, these are probably not in order. We did this one. I love this piece of paper, and it only came in the 6x6. So these are all in the 6x6 paper pad. But I thought that was super cute with all the circles. This one is super cute. This reminds me like of a picnic one. So if I had picnic pictures, that would be great to put on here and they get saved for picnic. And there's a little room for journaling here or journaling here. You could leave this without journaling. Totally cool either way. And then she usually does one where she shows you how to use some of the tags. So this is a common thing that she does like to do, is across the top here, but I love the way that looks. And then there's 2 here. This I didn't glue down completely so that there's room to slide a photo in there. And so that is super cute. So those are the use it up ones. Let me just make those so they're a little less chaotic. And then I'm going to share the few that I have left for the use it up for March that I did not share. So I did share one similar to this in March with the same style of pictures during COVID. We did Zoom meetings for the GGC, or Girl Guides of Canada. And so this is one of our Zoom meets, which I took some screenshots for, but it was chaos. So I called it GGC Zoom Chaos, and then just added, these are all cut into, I think it was 2x6, and then cut in half. So that was really neat to do. This next one is actually it looks like it's Halloween, but it's actually a birthday layout because my oldest is born right around Halloween. So for a lot of years, her birthday parties were Halloween costume based. So this is actually her birthday party. She wanted monster cupcakes and a haunted house for her cake this year. So that's what I did. And so there's some flips on here, and then border strips. This mirrors really nicely with each other, but I definitely got to use quite a bit of Halloween themed things on it because she loved having a costume party, birthday party. So lots of fun there. This one is camping at Fort Walsh. I love this design with the staggered 3 and 3 and then 2 and then just one picture there. I will probably do this again with these pictures for the other kiddo because I only have one of these set up right now, and I'm not sure which kiddo it'll be for because like just Matea's in this one with me, that's just Evie in that one, just Matea in that one. So I'll probably I don't know if I have enough of this Echo Park paper left. I definitely know I don't have these dollar stickers left, but I do have I can figure it out that way. And then depending on what I choose, this will probably be Matea's page just because it's got the orange background and she's an orange. Evie's I'll probably do with a blue or a pink because that's what she's got on. So this is a roller skating for Girl Guides. And so I use, this is Echo Park, I think. This is just a really old, thin, super thin piece of paper. I would not even call it cardstock. It was like that real, well, it was thinner than copy paper or computer paper even. And then this is washi, and so that was kind of cute. The one year the girls got Star Wars Lego for Christmas, and then they put together the Millennium Falcon together over months and months. So that was great. And my goofball. So I do need to do another one of this. This is with the Color Me Happy because that's the kit we used in March for the Use It Up for the Friday collection. And so I had a lot of that handy. These are really old letters. This came from this. And then just some scraps. This is Echo Park. And then a really massive title with some strips and fairly simple page, but I like it, so it works. I did have to Frankenstein and E together, so that worked out okay. I don't think you could notice that unless I told you. And then I would, we're going door to door and selling cookies. I think we're in Canadian Tire. And so, would you like some cookies? Was a common phrase that the girls used all the time. And this is Scrap-A-Sketch printables for these ones. This is just a scrap, but these are Scrap-A-Sketch printables. So is this one. So that was good to get some of that used up too. And then we're going to go into the Crop&Create stuff. And so I'm going to show you the ones that have photos on them first, and then the ones that don't. And I got lots done, so for Crop&Create. So I don't think I have them in any particular order. So I do have them kind of sorted with pictures and not pictures, and then that's about it. So this one is at the Reynolds Museum in August of 2019, and I thought this worked well with this transportation museum. And so I really liked how this one turned out. And yeah, and it's with Rustic Legend. I have some really messy stitching at the top. And yeah. And this one is also Rustic Legend. It is really fun. I think this will be for Matea because Matea's in this one. Yeah. And then this one, I do believe should be a double page. Oh, it is a double page with the one I just moved over. All right, so this together, let's see if I can move that a little bit, is at the Reynolds Museum as well. I thought that blueprinty stuff looked great. They're sitting in a helicopter. They're playing with the air tube to look at Bernoulli's principle, and then in this car that they thought was fun. And so I inked lots of these with a white pigment ink just to make them stand out a bit more. Some of them are up on foam. And then it was just the two 12 by 12 pattern papers just cut strategically so I could put them all together. This one should have been a use it up one, I think. So it's in the wrong spot, but yep, it's just my dog with Echo Park. And then this was the Paige Evans class. So I can't remember who taught the rustic legend for Crop&Create. This is Paige Evans' collection, and Paige Evans taught her class. So this was a lot of homework, but I love the way it looks. Such a pretty page. Paige also had lots of stitching. So if you know Paige, Paige does stitching on lots of different things. So we've got this one for the happy birthday. So I got Evie's some birthday pics on here. 3, 6, 13. I think she's 12 because we usually do age plus 1 for good luck. So I think she's 12 here. And then lots of stitching. That stitching took a long time. I'm glad I have my Cricut and I didn't have to poke all those holes and do the cutting and stuff by hand, but I think it is so pretty. This one's Rustic Legend again. But so just Stephen recovering his footstool that he made in high school. Evie in the background, just giving her personality. And I thought that was a fun one to do with this. This is Rosie Studio, is the other collections that we used from. So we had two different Rosie Studio collections. So this is one of them. I love this truck. And they're looking at the car show and they're looking at a truck here. So I thought that would work well. And it's just a pretty page. And this will probably go in Matea's album. So pulling the pink from her hat, I thought worked well. And this is for Evie. She painted a picture of my parents' dog that passed. He ate something he shouldn't have, and he did not survive. So I think part of Evie's grieving process was to paint the picture for her grandparents, and so she did that. So that's just documenting that, and that's with the Rosie Studio too. This was one of the other Rosie Studio papers, I think. And so this is Evie in the middle. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 labored circles, and it's popped up. So that makes a neat kind of thing. And then these are popped up too. So these are all cut and they're on dimension so that they do sit up a little bit. So you see a little bit of that bluey purple in behind. And I thought that was really sweet. And then another one with the Rosie Studio stuff with the other collection. We got two different collections for Rosie Studio. And so just strips. This would be a great way to use up some scraps and just two very simple clusters. And so they had the Hello Friend on here. So I was like, oh, I have the best picture for that one. Covered the girls' faces up because they probably don't want to be shown. And then there's the ones that we did that I did not have pictures for yet. So this is the best of 2026. And so she had a picture here, one in here, definitely one here. And then you can just stick in and do a little bit more embellishing as you go. Lots of stitching on here. I did the stitching while she taught the class and then was actually able to get everything on by the time she finished, just because of I tend to do things a little bit faster, I think, than some other people, so that's okay. So there's those two. This one I did during our break. This is one of the ones that they gave instructions for but didn't teach together. So just, I think a birthday one would be great on here. So not sure which birthday one, but a birthday. This is a Paige Evans one, a nice grid. I like the white with all the bright squares on this one. I think that works really well. And then there's room for 3 pictures. I did change this one up a little bit with some of the tucky bits, but then there's this one, which I think is there's a double page layout, so it goes like this. And so that's kind of fun with the squares. You could do this really easily with pocket cards and just trim them down a bit, and then lots of room for pictures. I'm not sure what's going to go on these ones, but that's okay. It was fun to do. And then this is another double, and so this page, like this part here, was kind of set up not like this. So you cut out the banner pieces and then, or you cut out all the triangles and then cut some of these cut as banner pieces, and then you did the tucking. So it looked like kind of like a quilted piece of paper anyway. And then there's room for pictures here, pictures however you want here, and then lots of room for pictures across. So I'm not sure what will go on here. I was thinking maybe because of the kitchen-y stuff, maybe one of our recipes that we like to use for our gluten-free cooking, and then maybe some pictures of that kind of stuff, but I haven't done that yet. So, and then another double page layout. There was one of the ladies was like very much double page layouts, whereas the other one was single pages, so you did get a little bit of what you needed whichever way. So 1, 2, 3, 4x6s, and 1, 2, 3, 4 3x3-ishes, a little bit of tucking on both sides so it mimics. And I love the use of this here. This page was strategically cut so the roam would be here, and then lots of different tucky pieces. And then the last one for those ones that you haven't seen is this one here, which can do 3 pictures there, and also slide in a couple of pictures here. I don't remember if she did that or not, but I left it untucked so I could if I have something. I might have to actually print specifically for this one for the sizes to make whatever I want going here work. But there's lots of game stuff here, so I think something where we're playing a game is probably a good one to go with. And then these pieces are kind of cute with the diagonal. So that's all those ones. And then we're going to get into monthly ones, and these all do have videos. Okay, I don't know if I have all of April, but we're going to give it a go. This was Stampin' Stencil Savvy, and so I stenciled the background here, and then fussy cut this out in the camera. Oh, I love these pictures. Puppy Love, this is this was Mixed Media Mayhem. That's why I tried to print out my papers, but where are they? I don't know. This was Mixed Media Mayhem. This was Stamp and Stencil Savvy, because we stamped a title, and I did the 2 colors of ink, and that was a lot of fun to do. I've scrapped this picture before, but oh, I love this one, and this is a Scrap a Sketch background paper. Then I did this one, which is one of the 30 days of sketches that I had not actually done yet, and so I did a heart and then just pieced it all together, which I was super happy with. I've done this style of layout before, but a subscriber asked to see how it all got put together, so I did another one where I took my time going through how to do the diagonal pieces, and this was also for I think this was a Scrap-A-Sketch design team laying it out, because I have, maybe, no. It was based on a Scrap-A-Sketch sketch. It's not a design team layout, but this one is the design team layout. So this is all Scrap-A-Sketch. There's that camera stencil in the background again, and we did a gel plate class for her birthday. That one, super easy. I like it. This one is also Scrap-A-Sketch. Maybe that one wasn't. I know this was a design team layout, and the frames is a die, and so I did this one. This is all, everything on here except the enamel dots is Scrap-A-Sketch. This is a 3 prompts, 3 pages layout. I don't remember the prompts. One of them was hello. I think one of them was green, and I think adding ink might have been one of them. So this was a Counterfeit Kit Challenge creative team layout, and we needed to use birds on a layout. Like your theme, your topic needed to be birds. So this is the neighbor's bird bath, and we get starlings and finches in this ring. And so this is a few of the ones that were there. We end up with hundreds and hundreds of them. So it's quite neat to see them come through. It gives us it is springtime. And so there's some washi tape stickers on here. I did slice through this so I could tuck that. This is washi tape as well. And then just a little bit of journaling right on that page. This is Mix It Up Monday, and I did not use a paper on this for a pattern paper, all just with my inks. I love how bright this turned out. It's probably one of my favorite layouts, definitely my favorite one from April. And then this is from Simple Stories, Nature something, was a newer collection last year. And then just pulled in the things. She's learning how to fish. So just practicing casting. This is camping, and it opens. This was the striptease, how to striptease the scrapbooking way layout. And I think there was something else with it too, but I don't remember. But there we go. This was Paw Your Way Into My Heart layout. I need to glue those, it looks like. The nom 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 I thought would work good because Evie is eating, and Wookie's like, please, please, please. He's not allowed to have any human food pretty much at all. Like, he can have a plain carrot or a plain piece of lettuce, but he is allergic to like a ton of things. So there's that one. This is all leftover scrappy pieces from some of the other layouts. This is Scrap-A-Sketch, Scrap-A-Sketch, Scrap-A-Sketch. This one was a lot of fun to do. So this is with 49 and Market collection that had all the bees in it. And then, so all of the different things I had in my kit with that, but we had to use Nuvo drops. And so I put Nuvo into a embossing folder and then let it dry and then picked it out. And so I love the texture that this gives. And then I used the same Nuvo with the drops just to tie it all together. I am so pleased with this layout. Possibly. This was Mad About You mini paperbacks. And so I used some Echo Park. These ones are Echo Park. This I think is Studio Calico, and this is Studio 13, I think is what it's called. It's from the dollar store. And then some Hip Kit Club stuff and just a selfie. I've done a couple of these selfies, so that one's a fun one to do. This was Stretch the Sketch. So there we go. I love the banner pieces on that, so I got this fabric banners on there, and I think it looks really fun. And then just some random sunshiny things, and so I thought that was a pretty cute layout. It's a bit busy, but Mattea likes it, so that's all that matters. And then this was our first pocket card purge, I think. 99% sure. And so the prompt for our pocket card for our first one was use a pocket card as a title card. So that I definitely did. I matted it on pink cardstock because Mattea is in pink, and then found a yellowy orange one cardstock that matched this one. And then this is all stenciled and with texture paste and splatters and runs, and I love how that turned out. She was looking for a fight, but she was actually taking pictures of herself as what it would look like to be angry because she was writing a story, and she's very visual. So there is this one. I think this was a design team layout. Lots, all of it on here. Actually, looking at it is Scrap-A-Sketch and EV building outside in our yard with pruning stuff that was going to go into the the bin. This was designer deep dive with Tara the paper snob, and we needed to use simple stories, so I had some of the Color Me Happy, and I thought that worked really well for this one. Super cute. And then this one is my Christmas in April. And so I did a double-sided 6x6 to go with some of the other 12x12s I have of this morning. And so using the same papers and some of the same things so that it works out really well together with those pages. This is my last April one. It's got some corkboard on it. I think this was 100 pattern paper challenge one. And then I just did some messy pink to tie in the pink and the black cardstock, and then some washi cork. Yeah, this is the 100 paper pattern challenge. The washi was there using cork, and I think black and white paper was the prompts, but that's up on my channel. So, and then we get into May I Scrap Lift You. So May, I did get lots of layouts done, which is awesome. Let's see if I can get most of them over so that we can take a look at them. I think that's all of them. That one's May. So May I Scrap Lift You is put on by Pineapple Papers. And so I scrap lifted, the first one was to scrap lift Pineapple Papers. So this is my scrap lift of her. This is a rub-on, and then lots of Minte, lots of mixed media on here. I wanted to tone down this a little bit because it was a little bright for me for on here. So I did. She had a ribbon piece, so I put on a ribbon piece, and yeah, I really like how that one turned out. This one I am actually, this I might be able, I won't be able to tell you who is in these ones, but I can tell you what I use these ones for. So this was part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style. This was part of May I Scrap Lift You. This was 3 prompts, 3 pages, and Stampin' Stencil Savvy. So Stampin' Stencil Savvy was to stamp journal boxes. So I stamped this journal. To stamp journal boxes? I don't even remember now. This was for the Stampin' Stencil. Was this piece here. Was it a lot of stamping? No, but does it work? Yep, it works. So I think this was Scrap Lifted Scrap Rona. And then this was a 4H one. This was just May I Scrap Lift You and using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. I love this paper, so I'm so glad I got to use it on one that I am in. I am like 18-ish there. So that was fun, and like lots of little floral pieces from the Minte. This one was Lisa Cuneo, and this was also part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And so I loved the way these on hers. I love the way these look. I've seen other creators do them too, and I wanted to give them a go. So this was Easter. I think this will be Matea's page because there's one of her just in it. This is also Matea, and this is also How to Kill a Kit with Style and May I Scrap Lift You, and this is all Echo Park. This one is May I Scrap Lift You, How to Kill a Kit with Style, and my Counterfeit Kit Challenge as well. And just the two of them on the slide. I know I've done that picture before, but I thought that one was good. I'm going to put that one aside for a minute because I do have a companion page I did later for it. Then this summer one is also How to Kill a Kit with Style, May I Scrap Lift You, and Counterfeit Kit Challenge. I love the boxiness of what was on the layout that I scrap lifted for that person. Then this was Scrap a Sketch. So I used a sketch and my Counterfeit Kit Challenge and How to Kill a Kit with Style. And so I used the Bless This House, and that is a picture of our house before we had siding damage. And so now our house doesn't look like that, but that's what it did look like. Then this was also How to Kill a Kit with Style, and just that. Okay. So I thought this was Mixed Media Mayhem too, but I don't have that on my slide, so probably not. So the wood grain, these are 6x6 paper pads, and then just tucking some wood grain there. I really like how that one turned out. This one was probably my most watched video of this year so far. So, which I find interesting. It's nice and bright. It's lots of just strips. This could be a very easy use some of your scraps up. Use this big simple story smile and then that colorful picture of Evie. And I do try to sneak on, if it's an Evie picture, I do try and sneak on bees on them sometimes. So that one definitely got a bee. And yeah. So this is the companion page for this one. So that's what it looks like together. I think I need to take a second and move these. So this is the companion page. It'll probably go more like this, but I used some of the same papers and did the splatters so that they can go together because obviously they're at the same playground. And I do have more of these pictures of Evie than I do of Matea, so I thought that would be a good one to do with. And this was How to Kill a Kit with Style, May I Scrap Lift You, and Counterfeit Kit Challenge. This one is so pretty. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. There's lots of dimension to it though. And so this is Matea's little birth announcement I did because I don't know, I had time. So I didn't do the same things for Evie, which I don't know, second child, poor thing. It just is what it is. But this was Mix It Up Monday, and How to Kill a Kit was Mix It Up Monday and May I Scrap Lift You. And then so lots, this is a background paper from my Counterfeit Kit Challenge, white cardstock, and then a whole bunch of embellishment. So these butterflies came from the Minte collection that I pulled, and then these flowers that are bright are from the dollar store, and the 3D ones are actually from the dollar store too. And then these ones I had in my stash for a really long time. This one is also Matea, and so this is May I Scrap Lift You. This is from May 12th. And then that butterfly is on here too, because it'll go in a similar spot in her album. I got these little close to my heart gems and stuff on it. I thought that was pretty cute. And then this is 49 and Market washi tape and washi tape. And so I do like how that one came together. This is close to my heart too for the background edge. And then that's the Studio Calico paper. This is Matea as well, and this is part of the Rainbow Crush. And so Rainbow Crush for May was yellow. And so this is a class photo. They just have the kids' faces all covered because they don't need to be on Instagram. And then I used, this was a Hip Kit Club paper. This is, I think, an Echo Park. This is Hip Kit Club, I think. And then on cardstock. This is the same day, so I used some of the same papers so that if they end up together, like this in her book, they still work together. If they end up back and back, that would work as well. And on the last day of classes, we always took all of the grades outside to play different games. So she's actually participating in physical activity, which is incredible. A little bit of sequins. There's a butterfly washi tape on here because she gets butterflies. Another one of the flowers that I used on this page just to tie it together. And then some of the same washi stickers on both sides. The sequins are on both sides. I used up all of these yellow ones, I think, on this one, so I didn't have any left for this one, but I did have the one that I snuck in, and so that I think is enough to tie them together. These papers are the same. This paper is here. This paper is here. So I adore this one. So this one was Mixed Media Mayhem, How to Kill a Kit with Style. This was Iron Crafters and May I Scraplift You. Iron Crafters this month was, it might have been, might have been the sparkly bits. So I used a couple pieces of what I had left over for some of the different layers here. So that's where the How to Kill a Kit with Style came in. And then added the butterfly because I thought it matched all the mixed media in the background. There's some stamping, there's some more stamping, some smooshing, and then I like that one a lot. Then this one was May I Scraplift You, 3 prompts, 3 pages, Mad About Mini paper pads, and How to Kill a Kit with Style. So these are my mini paper pads in behind here. There's a tag here that goes all the way. These are leaves that come off of like actual dollar store flowers, like big flowers. And I just use them on here for some texture. I rolled that flower with a die a long time ago, so I got that used up. And then this is a piece of cardstock from Echo Park. This one, I need to change my papers, is How to Kill a Kit with Style, May I Scraplift You, a Stretch the Sketch, and Counterfeit Kit Challenge. So Stretch the Sketch this month was a card. And then I found this layout from Moira that was so gorgeous. So I just had to use it, and it worked really well for what the sketch was to be able to incorporate both of them. And so I've done this picture before, so I have 2 of them done now. So yay, because both kids typically want every layout that they're both in. So there we go. This was my pocket card purge from May, and this was also May I Scraplift You. And so I changed all of the pocket cards into tags and then tied them all together, and then almost all of these bits came from a pocket card. So this one I love. So this is just May I Scraplift You. It had a massive card on the page. It had some stenciling in the background. And so I made this with mixed media, also made this all with mixed media, and then matted it onto the back of a piece of pattern paper that I would not normally use. But the wildness of that really works. And she has like all the colors on this day. So I pulled the pink from her shoes, the blue and the purple from her pants, the orange I guess there's actually little bits of yellow in her pants too, so the yellow even worked. So I thought that was fun. This one is a Scrap-A-Sketch layout, and I was able to do May I Scrap Lift You as well with it. So all of the stuff that's on here, except for the alpha, is Scrap-A-Sketch, and the stencil in the background is not Scrap-A-Sketch. But like all the little tucky pieces and the paper are all from Scrap-A-Sketch. So that is a school trip. This one I do not have a card for. On my, I don't know what I did. So I'm missing one of my slides in my slide deck that I used to put my thumbnails together, but this is in my list of my videos. This is from May 21st, and I used this pink fresh paper, and I punched out all of these hexagons, and it is a May I Scrap Lift You one. So I double matted it, and then lots of little jewel tone stickers and stuff. So I really like the way that one turned out. That might be let's see. It might rainbow. This also might be my Iron Crush one, but I'm not 100% sure. So it could be the I think. Maybe not. Don't quote me on that. So this is Christmas in May. This is also a May I Scrap Lift You one. And so that one's on the 25th, some doodly borders. I also did another one of us doing the on a different year, looking outside too. So this one is How to Kill a Kit with Style, May I Scrap Lift You, and I think this was Helen's layout that I scrap lifted, Helen Ding, and I stitched on all of these, and I thought that was a lot of fun. She has a lot of layouts that have a lot of white space, so I wanted to do the white space justice. I think she had triangles, and I used hexagons. This one is May I Scrap Lift You from May 27th, and we're on a field trip. None of the kids' faces you can see, so I didn't cover any of them up because I didn't need to. So we were in home ed and doing all sorts of things. This is all Minte for what's on here, like the stickers, all of it is Minte. This one is Designer Deep Dive, May I Scrap Lift You, and using my Counterfeit Kit challenge and my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I had to piece this together to make it work on here. This is my husband doing dishes at Tanya's and Dan's, and then just tuck some things, and I think that one turned out pretty good. Such a young man there. This is May 29th for May I Scrap Lift You, and again I used my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and it's also Mixed Media Mayhem for this one. So this is all Echo Park Cartabella. These are stickers from all these flowers are stickers from a Happy Planner sticker book, and then dollar store enamel kind of jewel dots. And this one is this one should be May 30th, and this is How to Use Your Scraps and How to Kill a Kit with Style and May I Scrap Lift You. And so these were all scraps left from that. This is a sticker from that Happy Planner book again. There's some stamping in the background, and these stickers, I really love this page. I think it is so pretty. And I think this is a scrap lift of Tara, the paper snob. So if I remembered, and then I have one more from May, and it is this one, and it is finishing up the How to Kill a Kit with Style using the May I Scrap Lift You prompt and all sorts of little bits and pieces left over and just tucked as they could. The kiddo walking her bike up after she did a bike ride, because we have can't tell in the pictures, but it's pretty steep hill to, like, we all walk it up. So, and then all sorts of extra leftover pieces from that Echo Park collection. So I did definitely kill that kit with my killer kit. I definitely killed. So now we are going to go into June. So June, I did not do as well. This is about how many layouts I have for June, but it is what it is. Things can go awry sometimes. So we had things go awry. So the first one here is 30 Days of Sketches, and yeah. And so I think this was it Mixed Media Mayhem 2? I can't remember. What day was June 1st on? I don't know. Anyways, this is my daughter, and she's at the Okokotoks Film Festival, which is an international film festival in 2024, and they won Best Youth Film. So I'm just covering up her bestie's face because I don't think she wants to be on here. And maybe I have these upside down. This is a picture of me on a phys ed hiking trip with grades 7 to 9. This is 30 Days of Sketches, and hopefully I don't have to do this all the time. I don't know if I... Okay, so this is making easy base color pages in full color. I used a 30 Days of Sketches with it as well. The Making Easy Base Pages hop is with Ginger's Corner. 30 Days of Sketches is with Christy's Beautiful Life. And so there's that one. Let's move that out of the way a little bit. This was from my sketch from 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this is Nana and Papa at her 90th. So I have some other pictures that will go with this quite nicely. I used the same papers. This is from leftovers from the Crop&Create. This is using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge and my Scrap-A-Sketch. So this was based off of a sketch from the Scrap-A-Sketch. And then I'm using, this is Scrap-A-Sketch paper. And then this is Close to My Heart, I think. And then a background piece that's embossed. And then I made these florals out of an American Crafts paper. This one is 3 pages, 3 prompts. My Counterfeit Kit Challenge, Stampin' Stencil Savvy, and 30 Days of Sketches. So for this, for Stampin' Stencil, we needed to do embossing. So all of these stars are embossed. So there's some underneath, there's some on top. And then I pulled in, this is a Scrap-A-Sketch printable, and then some embellishments from the Crop&Create. And that's my grandparents. Then we are on a Bug Pop, and so this is 30 Days of Sketches and using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge, and so I thought that was pretty cute. And then I got this from a thrift store for this alpha, and that was such a fun alpha to use. This is on the same camping trip, and so this is Mix It Up Monday. It is also 30 Days of Sketches using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. And so I stenciled all of the things here that were in the sketch for this one, and then used my Counterfeit Kit Challenge for the papers. And so it will match this really well together. Then it is making 2 base pages together. And so the base pages for this one were blue. And so I did this one with the papers from my kit. Or no, not from my kit. Using the papers scraps for blue. This one using scraps as well. We're both for making the base pages in full color with Ginger's Corner. I also used sketches for both of them for 30 Days of Sketches. This is my pocket page purge, and so I used 4 pocket cards, and so we used the sketch as our prompt for this month, and so both Brianna and I did the same sketch, but our layouts are very different, and so I'm getting a dirty look from the kiddo, so I called it Big Mood, because why not? This one is 30 Days of Sketches and also my Scrap-A-Sketch layout. So all of the papers on here from Scrap-A-Sketch, the embellishments this time are not. And then I took my Nuvo drops, and for each one of the cameras on that Scrap-A-Sketch paper, I used the Nuvo glitter drop, and it adds lots of sparkle to that page. And I've done quite a few of these pictures before. I think this will be Matea's layout because the other ones I did of these are on a double page, so I think that'll be Evie's. This was Striptease the Scrapbook way, and 30 Days of Sketches, and using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. So the Striptease prompt this month was to use 3 different manufacturers with the branding strips, and my branding strips are actually in my flowers. So I pasted them all together on a piece of cardstock, pulled out the die, and then ran it through. This pink one is also branding strip, and then all of these hearts are all from branding strips. This one is a Counterfeit Kit Challenge, and so we needed to scrapbook a picture of people that are important to me that did something for you. So my school team, for my grade 9 team, I needed to get a picture of those ladies and myself, but they helped me through a lot of challenges last year and some this year as well. So I did that. There's lots of mixed media on here following the sketch from 30 Days of Sketches, and a lot of strippy bits that worked out really well. And then quite a bit of this is from my Counterfeit Kit Challenge too, or from previous Counterfeit Kit Challenges. I adore this page. So this was Mixed Media Mayhem, Iron Crafters, 30 Days of Sketches, and using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge. So the sketch had these banners. Iron Crafters was to use brads or eyelets. So I have brads on the flowers, and then I have eyelets for the banner pieces. And when I seen this piece of paper, it was straight across, and I was like, I wonder if I can fold that to make proper banner pieces and to get them on so that they hang really neat. And oh, I'm so happy with how, like, this is how the banner pieces were set out, like this, but with the triangles were still in there, but this piece of paper is from the same piece of paper. So, and then this one is 30 Days of Sketches, and there was a sunburst for that sketch, and so I decided this had like a kind of like a, well, it's supposed to be the circus top, so there's like a star and like look like kind of like a bullseye. So I cut that out and turned it around, and the star paper was on the back, and then from what I had left over of this on the back, I ripped it and used the star side up to border it, and then just lots of little bits and pieces from my stash. She's doing the dishes, which is one of her chores, so a lot of the dishes, baking kind of stuff went on here because it fits. This is Christmas in June, and it was also Designer Deep Dive with Tara the Paper Snob, and we needed to use Basic Gray. So I have 0 Christmas paper from Basic Gray, but I did have this one. I had planned on using the one from my kit, but then I decided nope, and so this is that parade that we have that I showed you a different picture for, or a different layout for. This one will be for Matea because she's in most of the pictures. Not Christmas paper. This is also Basic Gray that the Christmas Eve parade title is on, and it is also Amanda Letsky's I think I said her name right. Iletsky's is what she is on YouTube. It's her sketch that I did, and yeah. This was a 30 days of sketches, and I used a lot of Scrap-A-Sketch on here, but it's not actually a Scrap-A-Sketch layout. So like all of the papers on here are Scrap-A-Sketch, and then the other stuff on top, all the embellishments are not, but so super pretty. And look at that face. Oh, she's so cute. And then the last thing I did in April, May, and June was making base pages. And so I made 3 base pages on black and white. And on the white on white is not going to be as easy to see, but excuse me. We'll do that for a second, I guess. So all of these were scraps for black and white. We'll make really good, I think, wedding photo ones. And so in my wedding album, our actual wedding colors were blue, but a lot of the layouts I added red to, which I don't even understand, but it is what it is. So I can add the red to it. They're all black and white and red, so I could leave them black and white like this too and not add any red and just add more black and white. But I think all 3 of these would actually work really well. And last one, this one I have set up to go this way, but it could also go this way. This is a leftover piece for Stampin' Stencil Savvy in January, February, March that I had as a scrap, so I used that. This is a scrap piece from a calendar, and then this is vellum. And that is my massively long layout share for April, May, and June of 2026. If you like that, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comments are appreciated. If you're new here, hopefully you see kind of what my style is, and you might consider subscribing. Thank you so much, and have yourself a wonderful day.